Hey, like Muhammad Ali says, the will got to be stronger than the skills. Today wasn't about skills. Today was about will strength. And I knew the type of fighter I was fighting. This guy's a triathlon athlete, for crying out loud. And if I was tired, I knew he was more tired because I worked very hard for this. He's never been 12 rounds before. So we knew we had to break him down. Body shots were hurting him. But this is what it's all about, fighting the best. This is the fight game. You know, this is what...
Teofimo Lopez stunned the boxing world with an unexpected retirement announcement following his crushing defeat to Shakur Stevenson at Madison Square Garden. What was meant to be a defining, career highlight moment instead became one of the most emotional scenes boxing has seen in years. Only hours after the loss, Lopez appeared in a post-fight interview that left fans and analysts in disbelief. Standing before the cameras, clearly overwhelmed and emotionally drained, he revealed that he was stepping away from the sport with immediate effect. His voice carried the weight of disappointment, and his expression told the story of a fighter coming to terms with a painful reality. The moment sent ripples throughout the combat sports community, marking what could be remembered as one of the most shocking announcements of 2026.
You cannot tell me I'm not the double greatest since Muhammad Ali. This is what I do. This is what I do best. Now, just to steer it up, I might retire after this. Retirement, man. I'm kind of...
Speaking openly and with obvious anguish, Teofimo admitted that he had reached his limit. He explained that he poured everything he had into the fight, but realized it still wasn't enough, adding that continuing was taking too heavy a toll on both himself and his loved ones. He made it clear that this bout would be his final appearance in the ring. The announcement blindsided everyone. No one in the arena, or watching from home, had any indication that the former lightweight champion was considering walking away. Within minutes, social media lit up with reactions as fans struggled to process the news, cycling through disbelief, sadness, and pure shock at the possibility that his career might truly be over. Before diving deeper into the implications of that retirement decision, it's important to look at what unfolded during the fight itself. The events inside the ropes that pushed Lopez to this breaking point. Shakur Stevenson delivered a near-flawless performance, demonstrating why he's widely regarded as one of the most technically gifted fighters in the sport today.
Millions, if you could make hundreds.
Of millions?
Yeah.
You believe you can make hundreds of millions outside of boxing?
I believe so, yes, I do.
Well, I understand where you would get your...
Language as nothing he tried was working from the very first bell. Shakur dictated every aspect of the contest. He controlled the tempo, managed the distance, and stayed several steps ahead mentally, using elite defense and sharp technique to wear down Teofimo's confidence one round at a time. Lopez started the fight with urgency, pushing forward in the early rounds and looking to deliver the power shots his camp had been talking up throughout fight week. But Stevenson refused to give him clean opportunities. He slipped punches with ease, answered with crisp counters, and consistently landed the cleaner work, something the judges clearly took notice of. By the fourth round, the shift was obvious. Teofimo's movements and expressions showed mounting frustration, as every adjustment he made was neutralized by Shakur's composure, awareness, and exceptional ring intelligence, against Shakur's defensive brilliance and ring IQ.
Yeah, the name of the game in boxing is hit and don't get hit. I'm a master of it. I didn't get hit, and I hit the guy more than he hit me. So it was a great performance for me. I'm happy.
Observers seated near the ring reported hearing Lopez's corner urging him to slow things down and remain composed, warning him not to chase the fight or take unnecessary risks. Despite those instructions, the sixth round turned into a nightmare for Teofimo. Stevenson unleashed a sharp three-strike sequence that visibly rocked him, forcing Lopez to cling to the ropes just to stay upright. The energy inside Madison Square Garden exploded as Shakur sensed the moment, showing a ruthless edge that some doubters said he lacked. He pressed forward, firing heavy shots at a visibly shaken opponent. Lopez managed to make it to the bell, but the toll was obvious. Swelling and marks were already forming, and his eyes reflected a fighter searching for solutions that simply weren't there. From rounds 7 through 9, the fight became completely one-sided. Stevenson fought with total command and growing confidence, dismantling Lopez piece by piece and making a former champion look overwhelmed under the bright lights.
Congratulations. Biggest fight of your career, and you come up with looked like the finest performance of your career. Was that the performance you were looking for?
Nah, I came in here to prove a point. It wasn't the performance I was looking for because I came in here trying to prove.
Anytime Lopez attempted to generate offense, Stevenson had an answer waiting. With flawless timing, constant movement, and sharp counters, Shakur not only racked up points, but steadily chipped away at Teofimo's belief. One person watching from ringside later compared the matchup to a seasoned strategist facing a novice. Stevenson always thinking several moves ahead. In the 10th round, Lopez made one last all-out effort. He emptied what little energy he had left, swinging in hopes of landing a single fight-changing blow. A few punches connected and briefly lifted the crowd, but the moment didn't last. Stevenson absorbed the attack calmly and responded with combinations of his own, quickly regaining control. The final round were difficult to witness for Lopez supporters. Their fighter appeared drained in both body and spirit, while Shakur stayed composed and efficient, coasting toward a clear and dominant win.
My opponent was a hell of an opponent. He came here, he pushed me to another level. He made me make adjustments in there, he made me think a little bit. And I had to show y'all that I'm a dog too. Y'all keep saying that I'm a runner, I'm pillow-fisted, so I kind
of... The final bell sounded. The outcome felt inevitable to everyone inside Madison Square Garden. And Teofimo seemed to know it as well, the disappointment written plainly across his face. The judges' tallies confirmed what the fight had shown from start to finish. Wide margins on all three cards, firmly in favor of Shakur Stevenson. Although the bout was promoted as a major showdown, the numbers told a different story. It was a decisive performance that left little room for debate. As Stevenson celebrated alongside his corner, Lopez remained where he stood, visibly shaken by the realization that his strongest effort had fallen short under the brightest lights. It was a night defined by Shakur's mastery, especially his defensive brilliance, which proved to be the difference from beginning to end.
Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, it was a great performance, man. He came in with a game plan. He didn't let...
The in-ring interview that followed the fight was tense and noticeably short. Lopez offered clipped responses and looked eager to step away from the cameras as quickly as possible. It was clear he wasn't ready to process the moment in public. However, it was the backstage conversation later that truly revealed the emotional toll of the loss. Still showing the marks of the fight, Teofimo sat down and spoke with a level of openness rarely seen from him. For the first time, he allowed the audience a glimpse into the thoughts weighing heavily on his future. Reflecting on the bout, Lopez acknowledged that Stevenson outperformed him in every key area. He admitted that his opponent executed his strategy flawlessly and that he struggled to find answers throughout the fight, giving full recognition where it was due. That moment of humility caught many fans off guard, especially given Lopez's long-standing reputation for swagger and unwillingness to concede ground, even after a defeat.
Lopez said, listen, everyone knows I won this fight. 90% of the people here were cheering for Lopez.
The mood shifted noticeably when Lopez began speaking about what the defeat meant for his life beyond the ring. His voice softened and wavered as he reflected on the years he had devoted entirely to the sport. He spoke about starting at a very young age and giving up nearly everything along the way. His time, his relationships, his physical well-being, all in pursuit of greatness. As he revisited the countless training camps and the punishment his body had endured over the years, the weight of it all became visible. Lopez admitted that he had always believed he possessed what it took to stand above everyone else, convinced that on his best night, he could beat any opponent. But this fight forced him to confront a difficult reality. That moment of self-awareness, acknowledging limits he may not have wanted to face, was especially tough to watch. For longtime supporters who had followed his rise from the beginning, it felt like witnessing the closing of a deeply person.
Shocked me. By the way, I don't think he was badly hurt with the first knockout. I think what he was more hurt by was realizing this little motherfucker's coming out there and winning round after round, outlanding him. He knew by the middle of that fight he had to turn something around. And by the way, he gave it a little bit more early in the second.
The interviewer pressed further, asking whether this was simply raw emotion in the aftermath of defeat or a genuine decision to step away from the sport at just 27 years old. with so much potential still ahead of him. Lopez paused, then fixed his gaze straight toward the camera and delivered a statement that would instantly become one of the defining moments in modern boxing. He made it clear that this was not a reaction fueled by disappointment. He explained that his career in the ring was over, that this fight marked the end of his journey, and that he no longer felt the need to prove anything to anyone. His focus, he said, had shifted toward protecting his health and prioritizing his family. The room fell into an uneasy silence as the weight of his words settled in. Even the interviewer appeared stunned, momentarily unsure how to continue. Within minutes, the boxing world reacted in real time. Fans across social media platforms flooded timelines with shock, debate, and emotion as news of the announcement spread globally.
If Tio is Gordo and not just coming in trying to hammer damage, if he's Gordo, you got something going. There's going to be a lot of IQ up in there. Yo, I mean, which one of the two beat Loma? Which one of the two?
Fans immediately took to social media to react. Some believed Lopez's retirement announcement was fueled by emotion rather than a final decision. One post suggested he might return after some time away, arguing that a fighter of his caliber wouldn't walk away permanently after just one loss. Other supporters expressed genuine heartbreak, reflecting on the countless memorable moments he had provided throughout his career and thanking him for his contributions to the sport. As the conversation gained momentum online, analysts and experts weighed in as well, offering insights on what a permanent retirement could mean for boxing. Observers pointed out that Teofimo is one of the most gifted fighters of his generation, emphasizing the importance of giving him time to carefully consider such a life-changing choice.